world number ones in the men's doubles. Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung up against the European Championship silver medalists. Then women's doubles, and Tang Xuan-ting and Yu Yang, what an extraordinary record they have so far. They're trying to reach their 10th final in only their 11th tournament together. Then we finish with men's singles, and the 5-time former champion Lee Chong-wei trying to reach an incredible 60th, yes, 6-0 career Super Series tournament final. Well, with women's singles next, a chance for us to look at the Destination Dubai rankings. And of course, Ratchanok Intanon is #1 because she won the Singapore Super Series, and that was her 3rd Super Series title in 3 weeks. The other mover was Porntip Puranaprasa, so she reached the quarterfinal in Singapore, going up a couple of places, as did Carolina Marin, who was also a quarter-finalist in Singapore. But poor Porntip is injured again, so that's sad news. We hope she gets better soon. The finalist from Singapore, Sun Yu, went up 9 places to 25, so she's still not on the list. But there you can see 2 players from Thailand, 2 from China, 2 from India. Plenty of time for players to get into that crucial top 8. Well, as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, by quarterfinal stage we had 6 different nations involved and 6 seeds. We're now down to 3 seeds and 3 different nations because there's 2 Chinese players. Obviously in the top half of the draw, the match we are about to watch, and in the bottom half of the draw, Wang Yihan. And she's going to have to play against Tai Ying, who disposed in the 2nd round of the 2-time winner and the Olympic champion Li Shuiwei. So here comes the reigning world champion, the 2-time world champion, Carolina Marin, retained her world title last year in this very arena. Only the 3rd player in history to retain a World Championship women's singles crown. She is, of course, the #1 seed. She's the world #1 at the moment. She's up against a former world champion and a former world #1, the #4 seed, Wang Yihan of China. Winner of this Indonesia Open title 5 years ago when she beat Saina Nehwal in the final. She was a semi-finalist last year, and she was a semi-finalist in 2012, so this is her 4th semi-final at the Indonesia Open. For Carolina Marin, prior to this year, she'd never got past a quarter-final, and that was 3 years ago, when she lost out to Saina Nehwal. But, as we will see in a minute, she got revenge over Saina Nehwal because she beat her yesterday in the quarter-final stage. Saina Nehwal has had a particularly good run at the Indonesian Open over the years. 4 final, 3 titles to the #1 player from India. But here is the current world #1, enjoying her 41st week in that coveted position as the best on the planet. She'll turn 23 in 11 days' time, born in Huelva. Lives in Madrid now, and there you can see confirmation of what I just told you. Yesterday, she disposed of the #8 seed, the 3-time former champion, Saina Nehwal. She was 16-19 down in that first game, saved 2 game points before coming through. And in the previous round, she once again had been down in the opening game. That was against Akane Yamaguchi. She was 16-20 down, had to save 4 game point opportunities before winning in 2 straight, as you can see. So all of her matches in 2 straight games, but none of those matches easy. So to the former world champion and former winner of the Indonesian Open. Well, she, since the seeding was done, has become the top-ranked Chinese player. She's currently #3 in the world ranking. She spent a total of 118 weeks at world #1. Born in Shanghai, in China, the 28-year-old, well, world title in 2011, Asian Games gold medal 2 years ago. And she has had a real battle in the last 2 rounds, because in the second round she had to play against Denmark's Lina Kjærsfeldt. She dropped the second game there, as indeed she did in her quarter-final against the #7 seed Sung Ji-hyun of Korea. In fact, in the deciding game against Sung, she was 8-15 down, 12-18 down, and 18-20 down. So she had to save 2 match points in that quarter-final yesterday. I glanced across earlier on when she was down in that deciding game, and I couldn't believe when I looked back some minutes later to discover she had actually won. What a comeback yesterday. Well, this is the 7th meeting between the 2 players. Honours are shared of the previous 6, with 3 wins apiece. The last time they met was in the quarter-final of the Malaysia Premier Super Series earlier this year. 2 straight games. It was just 38 minutes for that match, but Carolina Marin was coming back off injury problems. Puk Potts of the Netherlands is umpire for this one. Becca Lutro from Sweden, our service judge. Well, I talked about the fact that Lee Chong-wei, our last semi-final of the day, is trying to reach his 60th Korea Super Series tournament final. Wang Yihan, if she wins this match, will tomorrow contest a 30th Korea Super Series tournament final. She is the most successful women's singles player in the history of the Super Series, having already won 20 titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Wang Yihan, China. And on my left, Carolina Marin, Spain. Wang Yihan to serve. Level. Play.
So the former champion here of the Indonesia Open, Wang Yihan, getting the semi-final underway. Well, last year, Carolina Marin was the #3 seed here. She lost in the very first round to Yui Hashimoto, who went all the way through to the final. Lost in 3 games. It has to be said that she had travelled hot foot from Sydney, where she had won the title. And it was a very tough schedule, as indeed it is coming from here. This year we go down to Sydney after this event. So players that do well here. Tight turnaround time.
Yeah, that's a lot of people underestimate the distances here, and it's actually like a flight between Europe and Asia to go from Jakarta to Sydney. So if you're here in the final in the Indonesia Open, you're going to have a tough time reaching the first round in Sydney.
Yeah.
That was the case last year for Marin, who won the Australian Open. And didn't really have any practice time in the main arena last year before the first round match. Probably the 2 tournaments that are sort of scheduled together with the biggest distance in between them. The Indonesian and Australian Open.
Biggest distance, but not the biggest time difference.
No. Yeah, do we have any tournaments scheduled?
India and Malaysia, I think there's a 3.5-hour time difference.
Yeah.
I think there's only a 3-hour time difference going down to Sydney. Well, it's been a good start by the left-handed Carolina Marin.
1-5.
good return of serve. Well, that quarter-final yesterday against Sung Ji-hyun, they are on 5 minutes. We were talking in the first of our semi-finals this afternoon, Steen, about the emotional fatigue for the Dutch pair after their roller coaster quarter-final. I'm wondering if it's the same situation for Wang Yihan.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't think so much, because she's used to this. She's used to playing long tournaments, surviving crises throughout a tournament, and still go on to win it or go into the final. I think there might be a lot at stake in this match, because I still think that even though she's the highest ranked Chinese player right now, I think Li Shuuru is the more safe bet to go to the Olympics of the 3 Chinese girls competing for 2 spots. The third one being, of course, Wang Yihan, who's playing later on today.
Yeah.
So another victory for Wang Yihan here against Carolina Marin. That might help her in the internal Olympic race in Team China. I think, though, it will be very difficult for her because, as you mentioned, in Malaysia, Marin came with illness, was battling illness before the tournament. She had a sore left shoulder after playing women's doubles at the European Uber Cup stage. So I think she's really motivated here to get revenge. Wang Yihan won the first 2 meetings between the 2 players, and then Marin won the next 3 actually quite easy. So it's going to be an interesting match. Very good rally here by Wang Yihan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting too. And I very much take your point about the internal battle for the 2 Olympic places with the 3 Chinese players in the top 6 in the world at the moment. I suppose the other thing to consider on that Olympic qualification for the Chinese players is that China may consider, if the rankings stayed as they are now. That's a beautiful net shot. Yeah, well worked by Wang Yihan. Because they've got players ranked 3 and 4, then when the seeding is done, if that was still the position, then they would be guaranteed, I think they're guaranteed separation anyway, aren't they, anyway?
Yeah.
But where they could possibly be seeded, I think maybe if you take a player that's outside the top 4 in the seeding, that may affect...
There will be no seeding outside of top 4.
Yeah. Well, there is in the singles, isn't there?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think there is. That's good attacking play.
It's a great opening to the match. I didn't see who chose which side to start on, but I can tell you that Marin is playing a little bit up against the drift here, and that was not the case in her last 2 matches, and I think that's pretty much the explanation why she struggled so much in the first game. So she will have to play the second game on her non-preferred side, so to speak.
Good aggressive play. My goodness, she's playing quickly at the moment, isn't she?
Yeah, there's so much power right now, but I still think Wang Yihan is doing actually a good job in defending herself. It's just really, really hard because she can't push her shots to the back court. And the thing is, can she keep up with the pace? All the women singles players more or less agrees that Marin has set new standards for what kind of pace you have to play in. But we've also seen players respond to it. Nozomi Okuhara had a run of 3 good tournaments, Superseries finals, All England. Maybe it was just 2. And we've seen Rachana Gintanon winning 3 Super Series in a
Don't
row.
shout
That's
before the
an
line goes.
amazing.
No, but you raise your hand before you make the decision. Don't do it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
The
Net 5.
verbal celebrations and the
Wait.
raising of the fist. Umpire Fruit Cox isn't going to tolerate it if it's seen as a form of aggression or intimidation.
Hands over.
What's interesting to me, I know part of Carolina
6,
Marin's
10.
recent tournaments, you know, she hasn't been 100% fit, but she also hasn't had her regular coach. Her regular coach is here, Fernando Rivas.
That is very important. I mean, both Anas Thompson, who is also here, the assistant coach, and Ernesto Garcia, who was the coach in Malaysia and Singapore, they are really good coaches. It's just that Carolina is used to working with Fernando, and that means everything is just a little bit easier. They understand each other on a higher level than the 2 other coaches.
Yeah.
And that is significant when everything's at stake and everything's boiling.
Yeah.
That you don't have to sort of think too much about what is the player telling you and what is the coach telling you.
So 9 minutes to get to the mid-game interval. Chen Jin and Zhong Bo, 2 Chinese
20
coaches.
seconds. 20 seconds.
Zhong Bo is doing a lot of the talking here.
On court.
Many would expect, would have expected Wang Yihan to be the Olympic champion last time, but Alicia Rui sort of made a steep progression in the game over the year, building up to the Olympics. Was selected ahead of Wang Shishan and ended up beating Wang Yihan, right?
Yeah, in the final.
In the final. That's more or less the sort of unfinished business in Wang Yihan's career.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's been almost perfect. She's won most titles that you can ask for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this was what Wang Yihan had some success with in Malaysia, putting some pressure on Carolina Marin in the flat game, both the forehand side, but particularly the backhand side. And there's a good chance that the Spanish team will have looked at some video and or at least trying to close that gap.
Yeah, that one's gone with the drift, so landing even further out than perhaps it would have done under normal circumstances.
Yeah. So I think when Marin is playing up against the drift, her game is working really, really well. She's hard to challenge. She's been having trouble when she's played with the drift. It's going to be interesting to see how she copes with that in the second game. And then you can say, well, but she won the World Championship almost a year ago. Yeah, that's right. But I mean, the other players, they watch video as well, so they see if they can find some weak spots, and especially on the number 1, on the trendsetter, and figure out, okay, here we can use some tactical solution, and it works even better when we're playing against the drift. So if we can get the right side of the court from the beginning, then we might have a chance if we're patient enough.
This is extraordinary. It comes off the frame of the racket. Been so positive, isn't she?
Yeah.
14-8.
Look at that, launching herself towards the net to play that kill. Oh, that's going up for 5 games more. I haven't seen that before. Not from Carolina Marin.
15-8.
Well, you can hardly fault her performance so far.
No, not at all. And here you see she has the advantage that she can sort of lift flat over Wang Yihan without having to care too much about the drift. That gives her an advantage in this game. And I'm really curious to see what happens in the second game. Wang Yihan, one of the things that I really like about Wang Yihan is that there's not a whole lot of playing styles that she can't play against.
Yeah.
Normally, some players have some players that they just don't match up very well to. But that doesn't seem to be the case with Wang Yihan when she's in good shape.
17-9. Over. 10-17. Right.
Gone wide, that shot, but very, very nice
17.
variation from Marin. Good call. That's a good call.
12-17. Wang Yihan.
Now, what's the umpire saying here to Wang Yihan?
Don't shout before the line judge has made a call, okay?
Don't shout to try and influence the line judge.
But she's been struggling in the first game, Wang Yihan. She's just 5 points adrift.
Yeah.
I mean, from what it's looked like on court, she should be more behind. But,
it's landed in.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you because everything in my mind is about Marin's speed coming forward. I remember a couple of winning smashes and so on, and I can't really remember any outstanding shots so far from Wang Yihan.
No, but she's just taking all the easy points. I mean, still it's 4 points lead to Marin, and she's still the favorite to win this first game. But she's put her heels down, Wang Yihan. And I have a feeling that perhaps Marin is a little bit too eager.
Yeah. The Spanish coaching bench.
Playing perhaps at a pace that's just on the knife's edge. That if it's pushed a little bit too more, then mistakes will creep in. On the other hand, it might be exactly what's needed to score quick points. Good lift.
Oh, think that challenged that.
I think she couldn't see where it landed because Marin was in front of the shuttle. And that's a good reason to challenge it when we're this far in the game. Oh, that's out.
Yeah, definitely out.
And sometimes as a player, you can feel it yourself.
Yeah.
You know how you want it to feel on the in the hand when you hit the shuttle.
Over. Yes. Right there. Yes. Thank you. Play.
I think she was caught in two minds as to whether she was going to play around the headshot or play the backhand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I do like that. Seemed to sort of put slice on that final kill to keep it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, super shot. Good judgment. Game points have arrived for Marin.
It's been a nice idea to flick on the difficult side. That was quite a bit out, so it was actually a bad shot. But I like the idea. Try to do the things your opponent thinks you can't do. So we saw that shot succeed, and you mentioned that you hadn't seen it before, Jill, and now it's a 1/3 shot because we've seen one success and two mistakes.
Yeah.
So the movement perhaps a little bit too big.
Wonderful precision. A real lesson in taking it early there from Marin.
Great net game. Not so great. Actually spun quite a bit away.
21-16 in 21 minutes. So very, very impressive opening game from the world champion, Carolina Marin. Very, very fast play. Fleet of foot. Taking the shuttle early.
Second game.
But
Level.
she now has the more difficult ends to play from.
Play.
Yeah, and we saw during the interval that Chen Jin and Zhang Bo, they were actually finishing their advices to Wang Yihan quite quickly, whilst Fernando Rivas was using a lot more time explaining the possible differences in tactics.
That's great lift, my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah. Well, Carolina Marin immediately turns and asks her coaches, should she have played him or shouldn't she? No, unfortunately, we're not seeing the lift. Here's a little point to say, should I have played that lifted shot or not?
Yeah, there was no slice. We saw Wang Yihan controlling the drift just before the change of ends. Slicing that kill a little bit. None of that here, and I think this could become difficult for Marin because she can't put pressure on Wang Yihan. It's not so much that she can't put pressure on her, it's the thing that Wang Yihan knows this. So she can more or less concentrate on playing front court against whole court.
Mentioning that she's two-time reigning world champion, we ought to mention that she's two-time and reigning European champion. Her second title recently. Well, it's been a biannual event. In fact, she's the third consecutive women's singles player to retain the European women's singles title. Zhu Waiwen, Tina Bell, and Carolina Marin. Let's go wide.
Yeah. And that's some of the differences here, that when you play with the drift, you got to play with a lot more finesse. You cannot just power your way through, or you can't be sure you can power your way through. You have to add some finesse to your shots and your shot selection. That's difficult because you have to work exactly as hard in your legs as you did before, but your arms got to be more loose and have the accuracy.
That's right.
Yeah. Side drift just took it out.
5-2. 1. Play on. Play on, it's okay.
Completely mistimed it.
Yeah, it seems like she made a wrong
6,
movement there.
2.
Let's see if we can
Knee.
see here. Yeah, there it is. The right leg.
Knee or ankle?
I think the ankle is in an awkward position, and that might have affected the knee. I don't think it's significant, but.
Thank you. Six-two. Play.
Oh, that time it was perfect. Oh, well, she's challenging.
Wang
Yeah,
Yihan
but it was
challenges.
It wasn't, I thought. Well, it was a good ball. And if it is in, then I think Carolina Marin, what was it, 2 or 3 rallies ago that she hit just wide with exactly the same shot. To readjust and make that sort of readjustment is phenomenally good. Assuming it's in.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. Serve is over. 3-6. Wang Yihan has 1 challenge remaining. Play.
That was a real opportunity.
7-3.
Yeah, and I don't think it was as big as it looked, because I think it was quite flat, that shot. And I'm thinking right now that I get the feeling that Carolina Marin is wanting to take every chance. Every time there's a little chance, she's going for it. And sometimes on this side of the court, let's look at this rally.
Oh. Yes. That definitely is a missed opportunity this time from this lady, Wang Yihan.
But exactly my point, that on this side of the court, you don't necessarily go for all your chances. You just make sure it's hard for the opponent to score against you. So you've got to stay in balance. You've got to be able to play the next shot. You cannot allow yourself to get out of balance by going too much for a winner. Then you will end up making too many mistakes.
Play.
It's a wonderful net shot, isn't it? Wang Yihan did well with her lift there.
Thank you. Back on court. Back on court. 5-7. Play.
That was a very loose shot and a missed opportunity for Wang Yihan.
I think those last 2 rallies, there's 2 errors been at the front of the court.
But it just shows, I mean, those points, they count just as much as the beautiful smashes or the disguised net drops or whatever it is. And those were the points that Wang Yihan cleverly picked up in the first game. Oh,
that was
wide.
going well wide. Oh, goodness. I wonder if Carolina Marin almost stopped. She knew this one was going wide. Because that's an unusual error for her from her forehand side.
Very tactical situation right now. Not the nicest of rallies that we're seeing, but both players sort of trying to outmaneuver the other tactically. These are the ones that, from my position, looks worth a challenge, but the linesman must have got it all right because Carolina Marin was just beside the dropping point.
So, a 4-point advantage to the number 4 seed, Wang Yihan, here in this second game. Couldn't actually see it, but I can tell you that Jin, some very animated advice coming from him.
Yeah. Something about the lifts, I think. She can push her lifts a little bit more on this side, Wang Yihan, but she's made a couple of errors.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
When you say errors, just lifting or pushing too short?
Lifting too long. Wang Yihan. I might be wrong, it might only be one. That's the selective memory.
Thank you.
It was actually, she was trying to hit a long line clear from her forehand side that was long.
Play. Thank you.
The round head position.
Well,
did well to control the smash straight down the line. You know, I think it must have been Carolina Marin who chose ends, because didn't Wang Yihan serve first? And if Wang Yihan served first, then surely Carolina Marin wouldn't have said, I'll receive and I'll let my opponent choose which ends. She would have chosen ends.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shot. What a rally. That's gone long.
And this is the situations that Wang Yihan benefits from. She's simply taking better decisions. And of course, she has an advantage because of the side she's playing on, so she always has the possibility of just lifting. But this is where you got to keep your calm, if you see it from a Spanish point of view. and block it. Again, she's trying to power herself through, and it's not working. She's playing herself out of this game instead of sort of changing the attitude and say, okay, let's make sure I don't lose rallies within the first 4 or 5 shots. Power.
Good rally.
Yeah, that's the way to do it from the Spanish point of view. Much more patient, much more making sure that Marin is not playing herself out of the rally, and then suddenly the chances will occur because she's still got speedy legs. And then there will be rallies where Wang Yihan will have the initiative, and she'll be able to sort of work herself to a better and better position. But that's really the key question right now in this match, whether Marin will succeed in sort of taking the top of her power game, or Wang Yihan will keep benefiting from the counter-attacking possibilities. There's a challenge again.
Wang Yihan challenges, go out.
Well, if it's an unsuccessful challenge, then she's got no challenges left this game. Oh, looked out to me. See you out again.
Right at this moment, if I were Wang Yihan, I would be really reluctant to challenge. I would only do it if I was totally sure, because it also gives Marin a chance to talk to her coach. That's a bad challenge. That's a very bad challenge in my opinion.
Correction in.
No, it's a correction.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It was in. Then it's a very, very good challenge.
Yeah.
My
Service
mistake.
over.
Well, Hawkeye's got cameras looking straight down the lines. Cameras.
Play.
That is a fantastic challenge and probably decisive for this second game.
Yes, I think you're probably right. Oh, great defence that
That's over. 10-16.
That's a great left again. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
That's over.
This is what Wang Yihan does so well.
Yeah.
Builds the rally
17.
patiently.
10. Play.
Good return.
Time's over. 11-17.
Same situation again. Marin opening up. Yihan defends and gets a better position.
18-11.
Just 3 points away now. being treated to a third and deciding game. Oh, look at that. That is wonderful.
19-11.
Yeah, good defence again. Game point opportunities for the former champion here in Indonesia. Yeah, the fans want to see a decider. Who wouldn't? One game all in this women's singles semi-final. What an intriguing and excellent match this has developed into. Well, it's been excellent from the start, actually.
It has.
Yeah.
It has, and I think so far Wang Yihan has played better than Marin. She's played at least wiser, tactically very clever.
So one game apiece. 21-11, that second game to Wang Yihan. Oh, it's interesting, Steen, isn't it, that once again, Chinese coaches, quick words of advice.
Yeah, that's because, I mean, Wang Yihan, she knows the game plan, she knows what to do. Carolina Marin, she has to learn, and she has to learn fast, because otherwise she's going to lose this match. The thing is now that not to get over-eager on both sides. First here, I mean, the natural thing to do would be to try to build a healthy lead here on the good side, so to speak. But things are going to change. Wang Yihan is going to come out playing a little bit different than in the first game, and perhaps also Marin will be a little bit unsure of herself. She came into the first game and everything just went her way. Now we've sort of stopped the bleeding. Wang Yihan has played well, and all the self-confidence that she built in the beginning of the first game might not be there. And also thoughts about, hey, I lost the game on the bad side bigger than my opponent, so what am I going to do? So maybe there's thoughts about what to do in the second part of this third game, and that's definitely one thing you can't allow yourself to do. You must focus on playing this first half as it's the only part of the third game.
Yeah.
Play.
That's a tough corner for Yihan to cover that one.
Thank you. Well done.
But it also shows part of the solution. Small deception. If it's readable for Wang Yihan, she's going to get there. If there's a little deception, she's in bigger problems.
Oh, I don't believe it. What a rally.
Fantastic rally. But look again how hard Marin is made to work for her point. And that's just amazing. Suddenly, Yihan is challenging at the net.
2-1.
So, the first challenge of the match, isn't it?
Well, you can see Wang Yihan's got a lot of experience in those kind of situations here.
Oh, right.
Just way in.
Way.
Whereas
Very
Marin
good, successful.
doesn't have that kind of experience yet. How to manage the game plan here. A lot more discussions between coach and player on the Spanish side than on the Chinese.
Carolina Marin has one challenge remaining. Play.
Come on.
Oh.
Just a little bit too far away from the net for Wang Yihan, to be precise.
When you use the fist, other direction, please.
Yes, on passing, when you use the fist, make sure you're facing in the other direction. I like that overhead from Wang Yihan.
Yeah.
That was one of those ones where she was slightly off balance. Just used the slice to control it in a downward direction rather than going for the power when she's off balance.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Very good. That, again, seemed to have a bit of a slice somehow on it.
Yeah, just gets it in a downward direction. It's not hard at all. And because if it would have been hard, she would have been more out of balance. So she's still there on the net and able to push it.
Brilliant. Well, you won't see a better winner than that. That's amazing.
And the thing is that if she's alert, Marin, then she gets the game plan free of charge from Wang Yihan, because she's going to do some of the same things when she gets over on that court side.
Yeah, we saw the ordinary slice and then the reverse slice to win the point.
Play.
What a rally.
Fantastic rally.
Oh, brilliant! Well, she was on the floor earlier in the rally, Carolina Marin.
Right there.
That final cross-court net shot. Yeah, it was plenty perfection, wasn't it? he can do against that, is there? Pushed it long.
Yeah.
7-4.
I wonder if the drift has changed, because do you remember I got confused about what you were saying during the second game.
Yeah.
You said Wang Yihan has been pushing long from that far side, and that seems to be against what we believed the drift was. Maybe it's changed slightly?
I don't think it has. I just think that if you get to a certain height, the speed is quite normal. There's not so much drift against you.
Right. Another good rally. It's a very good rally.
Interesting that Wang Yihan is not playing with the same equipment manufacturer as the rest of the Chinese team.
It is actually a sister company.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
5-7. Play. Quickly.
Well, I think they're going to have to mop the court after virtually every rally. We're just 4 minutes shy of the hour mark.
Yeah.
Back on court.
And it has been played at a ferocious pace.
One of the toughest matches so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
6-7.
One of the best matches we've shown so far.
Play.
Oh, that's well taken. Oh, goodness. To sort of launch herself to make that kill. Did awfully well to control it, Wang Yihan.
8-6.
Oh, well played. Astonishing though, as the rally was in progress. The second court that's going to be used here on semi-finals day, they switched the lights on. You'd think they'd wait until in between points, wouldn't you? Another lovely net cord. That's the couple she's had in this deciding game.
9-6.
Well, good smash down the line.
7-9.
Well, same comments apply in my book as far as the public address is concerned.
Yeah, started in the middle of the rally.
Well, there was some great
Double.
retrieving there early on in the rally from this lady, Wang Yihan.
And we saw that already in the first game, that she might not win the rallies, but she got a lot back.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit more. Language. Upper. There, yes. Terima kasih. Ten, 7. Play. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. Unbelievable retrieval. Unbelievable. Did she dig herself out of trouble in that rally, Wang Yihan? Amazing.
Quality defensive play, and also, I mean, what have we seen her make? One mistake on the baseline. Wang Yihan here, she's done a lot of lifts.
Yeah.
So she's adjusted to the circumstances here in Istora Senayan.
Well, as they change ends in this deciding game, the match clock
Got 1, 20
ticks
seconds.
over the hour
Got
mark.
20 seconds. Thank you, coaches.
What has Carolina Marin got left?
On court, ladies. Wang Yihan also on court. Carolina now. One on court.
Well, Carolina Marin, just before she returned to court, just wrang out the
11-7.
perspiration from her dress.
Yeah.
Play.
Such as the, well, my goodness me, I wonder how much liquid a player loses in perspiration during a match like this.
I think, yeah, Vittinghus was around 3 liters from a measuring practice.
Wow.
12-7.
And that's, I mean, you can't drink 3 liters during a match.
No, you'll joggle about in your tummy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. What a peculiar round the head shot from Wang Yihan. It's just long.
Hand over. 8-12.
Again, Marin is trying to get sweat out of her dress, and I can't help wondering, when you're playing in these conditions, whether having a dress on or a skirt that's totally soaked, if that's the optimal thing. I think I would go for shorts like Wang Yihan. It might be just a little thing, but
Yeah.
depends how the players feel it.
Unbelievable. How did she get that back?
Oh, that's it. No, that's the wrong call. Yeah.
Well, I'm delighted we've got Hawkeye, because my instinctive reaction was that it was a correct call, Steve, but that's totally opposite to what you felt.
I'm directly over that line, and
Okay.
to me, it's straight on the line.
Okay. Yep, well done, Steve.
Correction in. Carolina, Jane.
as that rally was in progress, that was an important point.
Yeah, at least it should give Marin some confidence that she's able to use a clearing game. Almost refrained from it in the second game.
Yeah.
That's wide or long.
That's extraordinary miss.
13-10. Play.
Very short lift from Wang Yihan, punished.
11-13.
Yes, I thought not only the lift looked a little bit nervous, I thought the defensive shot looked particularly nervous from Wang Yihan.
Yeah.
Play.
Oh, it's just 1 point in it. Carolina Marin, a little hop and a skip.
13.
And I think Yihan, she looks a bit tensed
Yeah.
right now. I think she really, really wants to win this game.
That's another very nervous shot.
Yeah.
I felt it about 3 rallies ago.
Carolina. Carolina.
13 all.
Carolina. Carolina, come here. The fist not in that direction. Yes, you did. I can clearly see it. Stop it.
Well, that's the 3rd time he's verbally warned her about that. How many verbal warnings do you get?
I don't like that. I mean,
No.
you get one verbal warning and then you get a card.
Yeah.
And then we'll be out of all these kind of delays and illegal celebrations and whatever it is. The thing is, the umpiring needs to be consistent. Well played.
Super. Yeah, because she was obviously struggling with her nerves to play a winning smash like that. Yeah, that is good.
Thank you. Encore, ladies. Carolina, encore. Fourteen, 13. Play.
Oh, that was loose. Gone wide.
I think she thought it would have gone long in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the side drift saved Wang Yihan.
Yeah, look how much that shifted.
Yeah.
It was definitely a correct call, but my goodness, you could really see the sideways drift there. This time the luck through net cords with the Spaniard.
14-15.
Oh, that was going wide. I think that little push from Wang Yihan down towards the backhand of Carolina Marin was going wide. That one.
16-14.
Brilliant. Oh, my goodness. Don't believe it. Well, that's amazing that she even attempted to try and get that one. Wang Yihan went for the kill. That's incredible that she got that back.
16.
Very, very short, and it got what it deserved, but my goodness.
Lucky for Marin that she was left-handed there. The things coming from the forehand side of Carolina Marin is too predictable. I can't remember she's played a shot from her
17,
flat
15.
or long forehand to the opposite side, to the backhand side of Wang Yihan. At most, it's been a cross drop, and that's simply too predictable for Wang Yihan. She knows that it's going to come back in her own forehand side.
Point cushion and 3 points away from the final here at the Indonesian Open once more for Wang Yihan.
18-15.
Oh, what a great retrieval. She managed to change from backhand side to forehand.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we're not seeing the defensive shots, which were superb from Wang Yihan. There was a slight twist at the ankle there from Carolina Marin, left ankle. But there's that tricky shot that I said I hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
it's now 4-1, isn't it?
She had a good service return in the beginning of the first game, but a very different movement, much closer to the net and not so big arm swing for the more technically interested.
19-15.
Have to be a very short movement to be efficient.
Play.
Brilliant. Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. What a
But Wang Yihan, she's getting so many shots back that could have been winners, and she sort of goes into survival mode. Forcing Marin to make a lot of good shots in a row.
Thank you, Moppers. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Fantastic footwork there from the backhand corner. Lunging on right leg and quickly moving up her left leg to support it. Saves a lot of energy.
Wow.
Carolina. 69.
Now or never, I think, for Carolina Marin.
Yeah, she's probably going to loosen up a little bit here, but I don't think Wang Yihan is letting this one slip away. Oh, that's
going
wide.
out. Missed it. Missed it. Would you believe it?
She didn't have to challenge Wang Yihan. It was long.
Clearly long. Well, that's a couple of times.
He goes around, it's not you, okay?
Carolina Marin has appeared to have an opportunity to finish off the rally and has smashed too flat and has gone long of that back line.
Back on court.
4 match point opportunities for Wang Yihan, the number 4 seed.
16.
One well saved.
And normally I'm not really that keen on all Chinese finals, but a playoff for the Olympic spot between Wang Yihan and Wang Yihan, I'd like to see that match.
That could be interesting.
Though
well, we don't know that that's going to happen, because I thought that Tai Su Ying was playing particularly well yesterday.
She looked fantastic yesterday.
Yeah.
So speedy.
Still, match point opportunities for Wang Yihan. Has done it. Coming from a game deficit to beat the reigning and 2-time world champion, Carolina Marin. Both players wave to the fans, and both players are getting a standing ovation. What a wonderful, wonderful women's singles that was. An hour and 18 minutes of pulsating badminton. 16, 21, 21, 11, 21, 17 in the deciding game. Well, disappointment obvious for Carolina Marin. And look at the joy for Wang Yihan. But as Steen was pointing out, as she is still not guaranteed Olympic qualification points. Well, she's qualified for the Olympics, but whether she gets selected is still up for grabs. There's confirmation: 16, 21, 21, 11, 21, 17 in an hour and 18 minutes. So 2 of our semi-finals are complete. Next up is men's doubles, featuring the 2014 winners and current world #1s Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. For the young Danes, Astrup and Rasmussen, the first ever Super Series semi-final today. After that, we'll have the second of the women's doubles semi-finals. Tang Yuan-ting and Yu Young up against Vivian Hu and Wu Hu-wei. Then we finish with men's singles and the young Indonesian Mustafa up against the 5-time former champion Lee Chong-wei. Well, before this men's doubles, a chance for us to look at the Super Series standings, and right at the top of the pile is Kim and Kim from Korea. In fact, there's 3 Korean pairs on that list, 2 Chinese, 2 Indonesian. As far as the big movers after the Singapore, well, it was Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, the pair we're about to watch. They moved up 4 places from number 8 to number 4, having reached the semi-final in Singapore. But Fu Haifeng and Zhang Dan, well, they won in Singapore, and they're